Okay, we're going to continue on with the appendicular skeleton. All right, so now we're looking at a femur, which is your large thigh bone. All right, so we're looking at the anterior or front surface of our thigh bone or femur. All right, so up at the proximal end of the bone, we can see that this is the ball or head, and that sits on the neck of the femur. All right, when we talk about elderly people breaking hips, this is one of the areas that they'll actually snap this head off. And we still consider all of it the hip, even though it's really the femur. But this is just one way. All right, so this is the head or ball. This is the neck. The head or ball always faces medially. So this whole side of the bone is medial, and then the opposite side is all going to be lateral. All right, if we move down to the distal end of this bone, on the side, we can see the medial epicondyle. And I know it's the medial because I followed the ball or head all the way down. Then on the opposite side of the bone, I can see the lateral epicondyle. Okay, now I'm going to turn the bone over and show the posterior side. All right, so now we're looking at the posterior surface, so let's go back up to the proximal end again. We've got the ball or head, the neck. All right, now these two knots, this one is called the greater trochanter, and this one is the lesser trochanter. Again, greater and lesser refer to height. The greater is higher up than the lesser. Now, as we move distally, this roughened area right in here is called the gluteal tuberosity. Then we can keep moving distally all the way to the end. And this area right here is called the intercondylar fossa. Okay, inter does not mean inside, it means in between. So intercondylar fossa is in between the condyles. So that's where we're going to go next. All right, this is the medial condyle. This is the lateral condyle. All right, now how do I know medial and lateral again? Remember, we learned that the head faces medially, so follow that head down, don't guess. All right, so medial condyle, lateral condyle. Now we can also see the epicondyles from this area. So here is my medial epicondyle, medial condyle, intercondylar fossa, lateral condyle, lateral epicondyle. All right, so now we need to decide if this is our right or left. All right, so this works very similarly to the humerus. The ball or head faces medially. The intercondylar fossa has to face posterior. So this would be my left femur. Now, I have brought in a right femur. So again, you're looking at the heads to make sure that they're pointing medially. And then we're looking at the distal end, and we should not be able to see that fossa because the fossa should be sitting on the posterior side. Okay, that's your femur.